Have you ever looked up at the night sky and felt that something just wasn't right? That fleeting moment when a star seems to move the wrong way, or a light appears where no satellite should be, or a shadow passes across the moon that no one can explain. For thousands of years, humans have stared into the heavens, mapping constellations, predicting eclipses, and sending probes into the void. Yet despite all our technology and knowledge, the sky still hides secrets that refuse to fit into any textbook. Welcome to the strange frontier, where science meets the unexplained. Echoes from another Earth, anomalies in our own skies that continue to baffle astronomers, pilots, and ordinary stargazers alike. It starts with something as simple as a bright light moving silently across the stars. Most of us have seen it. A steady glow, too bright for a plane, too slow for a meteor, and completely silent. These are the classic unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, that have been reported for decades. But what if some of these lights aren't just misidentified drones or secret military craft? What if they represent something far more extraordinary? In recent years, even high-ranking officials and fighter pilots have come forward with encounters that defy conventional explanation. Objects that drop from 80,000 feet to sea level in seconds. Objects that accelerate at speeds that would turn any human pilot into paste. Objects that show no heat signature, no wings, no visible propulsion. The Pentagon's own reports acknowledge that many of these cases remain unexplained after rigorous analysis. And the more we look, the more we realize the sky might not be as empty as we thought. Consider the famous Tic Tac incident from 2004. Two FA-18 Super Hornets were training off the coast of California when they encountered a white, oblong object roughly the size of a commercial airliner. It had no wings, no rotors, and displayed performance characteristics that left the pilots stunned. The object mirrored their movements, then suddenly accelerated away at impossible speed. Radar data, infrared footage, and multiple eyewitness accounts all lined up. Years later, when the video was officially released, it sent shockwaves through the public. This wasn't some blurry backyard sighting. This was the United States Navy, confirming they had no idea what they were looking at. And the Tic Tac is far from alone. Similar reports have emerged from every corner of the globe, from the skies above the South China Sea to the remote deserts of Chile, from commercial airliners over Europe to military exercises in the Middle East. But the anomalies don't stop at strange lights and high-performance objects. Sometimes, the sky offers us something even more unsettling. Things that seem to break the very rules of physics. Take the case of the black triangles. For over 40 years, thousands of witnesses across North America and Europe have described enormous, silent, triangular-shaped craft hovering motionless or moving slowly with a low humming sound. These objects are often the size of several football fields, completely dark except for lights at each corner, and they appear to ignore gravity. Some reports describe them descending silently over populated areas, hanging in the air for minutes, then vanishing in the blink of an eye. Skeptics point to secret military projects like stealth blimps or next-generation drones. But many of these sightings predate the known development of such technology. And the sheer number of consistent reports from unrelated civilians, police officers, and even astronomers makes it difficult to dismiss them all as mass hysteria or misidentification. Then there are the orbs, small, glowing spheres that seem to play in the atmosphere like living things. They've been filmed darting between clouds, changing direction instantly, splitting into multiple orbs, and then merging again. Some appear to interact with aircraft, pacing them for miles before disappearing. In one particularly compelling case captured over a military base in Romania, multiple orbs were seen maneuvering in perfect formation, performing geometric patterns that no known drone swarm could replicate under those wind conditions. What makes these orbs especially intriguing is their apparent intelligence. They don't behave like random atmospheric phenomena or balloon debris. They seem to respond to observation, sometimes approaching cameras or witnesses directly before retreating.
Of course, not every anomaly is witnessed from the ground or from a cockpit. Some of the most puzzling events come from space itself. Satellites and telescopes occasionally capture images that scientists struggle to classify. In 2018, the Hubble Space Telescope recorded a strange object moving against the background stars at an unusual trajectory. Initially thought to be space debris, further analysis showed it was changing speed and direction in ways impossible for any natural or man-made object in orbit. Similar unexplained objects have appeared in footage from the International Space Station. Astronauts have reported seeing metallic spheres and cylinder-shaped craft passing by the station at close range, sometimes changing course as if aware of being observed. NASA has usually offered mundane explanations, but a growing number of former astronauts have spoken more openly about experiences that never made it into official logs. Perhaps the most disturbing category of sky anomalies involves what researchers call sky falls, or sudden, inexplicable materializations. There have been documented cases where large ice chunks, metallic spheres, or even strange fibrous material have fallen from clear blue skies with no aircraft or weather balloon in sight. In some instances, the objects were still warm or glowing upon impact. One famous case in Spain involved a perfectly spherical metal object that embedded itself in the ground after falling at high speed. Chemical analysis showed unusual isotopic ratios not found on Earth. Similar events have occurred in Australia, Brazil, and the American Midwest, while some are eventually explained as satellite debris or industrial waste. A significant percentage remain catalogued as truly anomalous. And then there are the biological anomalies, reports that push the boundaries even further. Pilots and ground observers have occasionally described translucent, jellyfish-like entities floating at high altitude. These sky jellyfish, or atmospheric beasts, as some call them, appear to pulse with bioluminescence and move against the wind. Sightings date back to the early days of aviation, and modern dashcam and security footage has captured similar forms drifting through the upper atmosphere. Skeptics argue these are simply lens flares or atmospheric distortions, yet multiple independent videos from different countries show consistent morphology and behavior. Could there be undiscovered life forms existing in the upper layers of our atmosphere, invisible to us until the right conditions reveal them? What ties all these phenomena together is the sense that we are not looking at random glitches in the system. Many of these anomalies display purposeful behavior. They react to human presence. They avoid certain areas. They appear in waves that seem coordinated. Some researchers have proposed that we are witnessing technology from a parallel civilization, perhaps one that developed right here on Earth alongside us, but remained hidden. Others suggest these could be visitors from other dimensions, or even time travelers observing our development. Still others point toward the possibility of non-human intelligence that has always shared our planet, using the sky as its primary domain. The scientific community remains deeply divided. On one side are the skeptics who insist that every anomaly has a prosaic explanation waiting to be discovered. Better sensors, better data analysis, better understanding of atmospheric optics. On the other are those who argue that the sheer volume and quality of evidence now demands a new paradigm. The 2021 UAP report to Congress, followed by subsequent hearings featuring credible military witnesses, marked a turning point. For the first time, governments began treating the topic with something approaching seriousness rather than ridicule. New sensor networks are being deployed. Artificial intelligence is being trained to scan vast amounts of sky data. And civilian scientists are collaborating with former defense officials to study the phenomenon openly.
Yet even with all this new attention, the sky continues to surprise us. Just last year, multiple commercial flights over the North Atlantic reported a formation of bright lights, moving in perfect synchronization at altitudes far beyond commercial drone capability. Ground-based observers confirmed the sighting with high-quality video. Analysis showed the objects were traveling at hypersonic speeds without producing sonic booms. Once again, official channels remained silent or offered vague reassurances. The pattern repeats: extraordinary sighting, compelling evidence, followed by institutional hesitation. So why does this matter? Because these echoes from another Earth remind us how much we still don't know about our own world. Every time we think we've mapped the sky completely, new anomalies appear to challenge our assumptions. They force us to confront the possibility that reality is far stranger and more layered than our current models allow. Perhaps the greatest discovery waiting for us isn't on Mars or in distant galaxies, but right above our heads, in the thin blue shell we call our atmosphere. As you step outside tonight and look up, remember that the sky has been watching us for a very long time. It has seen every civilization rise and fall, every war and every moment of wonder. And occasionally, it offers us a glimpse of something beyond our understanding. A silent reminder that we are not alone in this vast cosmic ocean, and that the story of Earth might be far more complex than we ever imagined. If these anomalies truly represent echoes from another reality, another intelligence, or another layer of existence, then we stand at the threshold of one of the most profound shifts in human history. The question is no longer whether strange things are happening in our skies. The real question is what we are willing to see when we finally look with open eyes. Thank you for watching until the end. If you've had your own experience with something unexplained in the sky, share it in the comments below. The more details, the better. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive into the unknown. The sky is calling. Are you ready to listen?